Uh, ooh, 30,000. Oh, most of it is from my own account. Hello, Azo. I should probably... Actually, no, I used all my energy early. I used all my energy for getting the reset. Okay. Um... Did I also... Yeah. I'll have to do it later. I guess I could do like one quick eagle run. Though I don't know why I'm even farming this anymore because I don't think I'm pulling an Oxa, but I could still use it on like speed pieces for RMC and Serval and stuff. Hello, Celestial. I have something to listen to while I do the Chimera event. Nice. Yeah, that event is pretty much just auto. What's happening in the world of Star Rail leaks? Cypher is a quantum nihility with additional damage. Hyacine is obviously a wind healer, but the new thing that came out is that apparently she burns her own HP, I think, to like probably increase outgoing healing. And we also got a recent leak of meta ratings, which we got a little bit ago for like Castris, Aglaya, Herda, and all of them. And Herda I think was like an S or A. I think Herda was an A. So Herda was ranked A, Aglaya was ranked B, and Castris was S+. And the new leak today for like the next 3 characters, which are, I believe, let me see, give me a second. They are Cypher, Phanon, and Hyacine. So they're saying Hyacine is a B, Cypher is a C, and Phanon is S+. So Phanon's getting the same meta rating as Castris. Herdo is A+, I think. Well, there you go, yeah. I think the only reason Hyacine is a B is because she's hyper specific to the HP scalers. I think that's the only reason. You have to keep in mind, Hyacine has the same ranking as Aglaya, who is the current strongest DPS in the game and a best in slot team. So, you know, do with that what you will, right? But like their meta ratings aren't exactly accurate. Like S+ Castris versus rank B Aglaya, Castris is currently weaker than Aglaya. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, unless we include the infinite ult spam that is 100% not on purpose. Are you going for a Noxa? I don't think so, no. If I end up going for a Noxa on an account, it would probably be Rob with his E1S1 Robin and E1 Triby. I only have an E0S0 Robin here. And, like, I simply don't need a Noxa for the herd at all, man. I've been farming Eagle, like, non-stop for the last 3 weeks to a month. I could just run, like, a 160 plus speed Serval on Eagle. And it, like, at least currently in the V1 kit, Eagle Serval performs very similarly to an A-noxa with his signature, which is pretty embarrassing. Super Break A-noxa is pretty good. I don't think it is. Like, I don't think it is, no. Like, I've already seen a few videos on it, and he basically does the exact same bad damage that he does outside of Super Break. Like, he's still hitting for only like 200k or under. However, the difference is he can't do any damage until the enemy is broken in a Super Break thing. So it's genuinely just worse than like normal A-noxa, I'm pretty sure. Avin, I probably use Herda again. I mean, it's the monkey boss. I probably use Herda against the monkey boss. And I guess I use like the follow-up team for... We'll see. It's only Apoc 3 anyways. Yeah, this guy has a win weakness. I'm just going to use Fei Xiao here. How do I do this again? Oh, yeah. All I do is like... The only time I'm actually fighting enemies is usually on Rob. So I basically like half forgotten how to play. Herda, RMC, small Herda, and then Lingshaw. Yup, there it is. 15% res pen. Yep. Yeah, like the only case scenario where I've seen Super Break A-noxa actually work well is the 3.2 APOC boss, which is Hule, who literally duels you. So all of his skills bounce on Hule over and over again, and Hule's the only one getting hit. So like that's literally his best case scenario. The buff also gives him res pen. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's really not as good as it looks. New APOC reset? Yep. What about that Triby Gabby? I lost the 50-50. I don't know what you want me to say. On Rob, I'm currently on like 54 pity for E1 Triby guaranteed. But on this account, I just lost the 50-50. There's nothing I can do. It's impossible for this account to get enough pulls to pull Triby. And I don't even think it would really be worth getting an E0 Triby for me. I already have an E2S1 Herda. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I get Triby, it'll probably be on a rerun. But currently, I am looking at one of two options. Either I get the last Eidolon I need for my E2S1 Acheron and Jiaoqiu, because that's the rumored reruns for 3.2, or I just skip 3.1, 3.2, and 3.3 to get a Phanon in 3.4. Oh wow, that does nothing. I see now why this part is Fei Xiao. They changed. You'll skip high scene on this account, yes. On the other account, if I pull for casters, no. Wait, does the buff go away if I break him for Avin? I'm not sure. I think I missed a crit. Yeah, Shirayuki. Yeah, this is new Apoc. Oh, I'm so used to E1 S1 Robin on Rob, man. This energy gain is so shit. And the follow-ups keep going toward this guy. Oh my goodness. Um... Replace M7 with RMC. It's actually better. I don't think it would be better in this case scenario. Because all of these dice are very, very weak. And all you want to do is just hit the dice. So I think more turns is better. Are we... I mean, I guess. I used Dot for the Aventurine boss, and I didn't have much of an issue, but I don't think you have Dot. Oh, no, I do have Dot. But I just rather use Fei Chao anyways. Plus, my Dot's relics, like the relic pieces on a lot of my Dot characters, I switched around, so I don't even want to, like, bother, you know, going back and re-putting their relics on. That was super quick. I mean, this isn't the final Apoc. This is the second last, like, Apoc thingy. Yeah, 32 stacks is enough. I have an E2 Herda. Oh, I see. Okay. Skill basic. Skill basic works. Okay. W no skill points. Hey, it comes back fast, man. It comes back fast. Herda with the light cone is carrying. Oh, come on. Well, this is a waste, but... Another AoE boss, another Jing Yuan sweep. Yup. Jing Yuan, genuinely probably the best aging DPS in the game currently. Oh wait, I didn't realize Fu Yuan was already taking a turn. Whoops. Rookie mistake. I'm way too used to playing on Rob. This should kill anyways though, no? I think this just kills anyways, it doesn't even matter. Yep. Thank you very much. Oh, beautiful jades. Still waiting for my seal buff. We'll see how that goes. I think they should buff the Eidolons as well, by the way, for older characters. Seal has, like, some of the worst Eidolons in the entirety of the game. Yeah, Acheron would also work, like, just fine as well, yeah. This is honestly, like, one of the easiest Apocs. Why do most 1.0 DPSs have garbage Eidolons? I think back then they were just kind of testing, you know what I'm saying? Like, wasn't Seal, like, the first limited in the game? So it kind of makes sense. They were just, like, testing it out. Two. This would probably do more toughness damage to him, right? Never mind, it was the wrong thingy. Whatever. I don't think it matters, though. I'll do this, then I'll do Aven ult, and never mind, he's not imaginary weak. I'm trying to see if I can kill the dice with Aven ult. No, I can't. Okay. Well. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a huge HP increase. Holy fuck. Before Fei Xiao's ult did like 70% of his health. That was only like 20 or 30. Plus 40%? Damn. Probably also has more defense on him. Can this just kill, please? Hit the dice, guys. Hit the dice. Where's the action, advance, and ults? Not all things are the same. So, like, usually if you do get action advance, you probably won't get ult generation. But the ones that give ult generation usually don't give action advance. we go. And E0S0 Robin. I think this is better because I can't do much damage to the dice. I need those free jades so good. Story so ass I can't even finish it, bro. I have to do it on 2 accounts at once. It's like so bad. I don't think the story is bad for this patch, but it's just having to go through it twice. There we go. What do you mean the story was better or was better? What do you want me to say? There was less black screens with white text. The pacing was better, wasn't as long as the previous one. And there was better cutscenes. Yeah, that barely changes anything. Oh wait, I should have summoned Fuyuan. Fuck, Fuyuan is like miles away. How's Apoc going? Pretty good, pretty good. Not much issues, but I do have an E2 Herda, so not exactly surprising. Skip button is very much needed because most people who say the story is bad does not engage with the story. Yeah. Like, this is why, like, I've said it before, right? But Wuwa, like, they make it very easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, If you don't want to listen to the story, you just have the option to skip it. When I came back to Lua 3 patches later, I went through 3 patches of story quest within like 3 or 4 hours. I can't do that on Honkai Star Rail. One story quest for one patch in Honkai Star Rail takes me the same amount of time to complete as like 3 to 4 patches of story in Wuwa, because Wuwa has a skip button. I got pretty unlucky with the break there. He was on like a sliver. GG's. Yeah, that as well. Like, if you have multiple accounts like I do currently, like, it's just not a fun time. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants to deal with going from one account and doing like a 4 to 5 hour patch story quest. Then you go to your second account and bam, there's more story quest. It's like, I've already done this before, but I can't skip it because it's a different account. 800 jades. Absolutely massive. How hard is new Apoc? I don't really think it's hard. Um, like, for Aventurine, it isn't the normal Aventurine boss. Like, you can use follow up, you can use AoE with like dual DPS like Dot. You can use like Acheron. Like you and the monkey boss, you can basically use anyone against that's AoE as well. So like Jingyuan, Acheron, like fuck it, DPS Lingsha, right? Like almost anything works in this Apoc, honestly. I was like autopiloting and not paying attention at all, and I still cleared, even with my Fei Shao. She's like E0S1 with ratios cone though, so not exactly taking full advantage of ratios cone without Mo's. And obviously, I'm not gonna count my Herda because that's just like, you know. Uh, what are the chances I get Triby, guys? What are the chances I get Triby early? What are the chances, guys? Surely I get her, right? Surely I get her early. Please. Early. Please. 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 I'm not getting her early, man. It's not fucking happening. Alright, let's do Divergent. I've never seen someone lose as many 50-50s as you. I mean, they are out there. Like, I have a few people who watch me who have told me that, like, one of them is on, like, a 10 50-50 loss streak. Or, like, at one point they were. But that now they're positive on their 50-50 streak. But, yeah. I went on a 7 50-50 loss streak at one point. Then Um, I won on Aventurine, so that broke the streak. Then I lost on Sunday. Then I won twice on Herda. So 8 losses, 3 wins, and now I'm again on a 4 50-50 loss streak. So my 50-50 win ratio is 25%. I'd rather use Herda here with all those erudition fucking blessings. Also, I think everybody in here is ice weak. Never mind. I was wrong. Instantly. Yeah, I've only won 2 in a row once before as well, Requiem, which was for my Herda when I got her E2. Only time I've ever won 2 50-50s in a row. I can lose 7 in a row, though, right? And 4 in a row, because, yeah. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not? I mean, nobody on this team does follow up. Oh, wait, no, actually, Small Herda does, so she can take advantage of that. Don't think I've ever won a 50-50 on a support since Ruan May released. Damn, that kind of sucks. I don't think I think I'm the same, actually. I think I'm the exact same. Triby, I've lost every 50-50. Ruan May, I lost 50-50s. I don't remember if Robin was a winner or a loss. Nightfall. How's Triby? I mean, I wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what you want to hear from me, but I unfortunately am not aware of how's Triby. And if you guys are talking about Rob, I can't even give my opinion on her because, like, she's completely unbuilt. Half-assed relics, don't have Ascension traces at all, don't have her res pen and her vulnerability field to actually work at, like, max level. I should probably use Fei Shao, I'm not gonna lie. Fei Shao, Robin, Evan. Why do they always put my March down here? Like, does this game just hate March? I mean, Kokoro, like, I don't think Triby was meh. She just wasn't really power creep, which is honestly fine, right? That's what pretty much everyone wants. Is less power creep. So at E0 she isn't really power creep. But it's when you get her E1 that like this changes everything. You know what I'm saying? That clickbait title that saying this changes everything, that is basically E1 Triby. Her S1 is like, I'm pretty sure in some cases her S1 is literally inferior to DDD. So they kind of fucked her over on the S1, but like E1 wise, she's just better than every other. You know what I'm saying? Damage. Oh, yep. Wait. No. No. Yeah, I don't have DDD and no Harmony Lycone for her. Yeah. That is the other thing, true. I mean, if you don't have like copies of DDD, then her Lycone is probably a much bigger upgrade over anything else. Like on my main account, I put 50 pity into the DDD banner and I didn't get a single copy. But my ult account got 4 DDDs in a row. So yeah, absolutely amazing. Fa la 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 la. Triby's on S3 DDD. That's exactly what she's on my Rob account. Wait, that didn't kill? Damn, man. It's a shame that your Rob account is cursed by your hands. Yeah. It's actually insane, right? Like, the difference being lucky can make versus being unlucky is honestly much larger than, like, free to play versus low spender. Like, it makes, like, if you're a free to play and you get lucky with your 50/50s or you get any earlies, like, that person's account would have more 5 stars than my account that I spend for Battle Pass and, like, a monthly pass on. Like, luck can be a pretty huge factor in this game. Wait, did I see that right? I'm not getting. I have to check after to see if my EXP limit didn't go up. Because if that's the case, and that means you can just accept Battle Pass things in DU, and it won't count towards the thingy. I got E1 in 33. Yeah, there you go. It's probably going to take me like 230 or 240 pulls total on Rob to get E1 Triby. Oh, that's just great. Oh, the weekly challenges don't count towards it? I see. Getting Castrus on Rob might be hell. If I lose the 50-50 for Castrus, yeah. But if I lose the 50-50 for Castrus, I'd probably... If they fix A-noxa and make him way better in hyper carry, then I'd pull A-noxa. However, if they didn't do that, then I'd probably pull Phanon and like on Rob. But that would mean I have to go on a 5 50-50 loss in a row, which obviously I'm hoping just doesn't happen, right? Because if it does, man, it's just not fun. It's not fun at all. No, I don't have Sunday on Rob. I made Rob at like very near the end of 3.0. Isn't the problem with A-noxa right now that he is split between hyper carrying support and not particularly good at either? Yes, that is the problem. So he would be significantly better as a sub DPS if his crit damage trace didn't deactivate when paired with another erudition. And then if you run him hyper carry, he doesn't get the 25% damage boost that you'd usually get from running him with another erudition. So his hyper carry damage is too weak, and his sub DPS damage is too weak. So it's like, there's literally no reason to pull him currently. Like, he is straight up worse than Jade in most scenarios in a Herda team. And when it comes to hyper carry, it's very similar to like standard 5-star and even like some 4-star performances. And people get mad at me for saying the truth, but it's like, I literally want A-noxa to be good. If he becomes good enough and maybe he gets turned into like a hyper carry or something, I'd probably pull him on Rob. If I lose the 50-50 for Castrus, that is. I mean, another thing is... Yeah, I'd probably pull for Castrus first before the leg code, yeah. Yeah, probably ASAP. Yeah. It's like a 40 to 50% damage increase, I'm pretty sure. Over the battle pass Lycone, it's only like a 20 to 25, I think. But anything other than the battle pass Lycone, it's like a 40 to 50% damage difference. V2 is close. I don't think they'll change anything in V2 though. I think the only thing they'll change in V2 is Castrus's infinite ult spam, with level 1 teammates, because this would mean that you could zero cycle any content in the future. So I think they'll nerf, obviously, the infinite ult spam that casters can do. But other than that, I don't think like they'll probably change anything much until V3. No one knows, Defs. The problem is Hyacine. That's the only issue with Sunday. If Hyacine is a good enough healer, then Sunday would be best in slot, likely. And then it would probably be like E1 Triby, but if you don't have E1 Triby, it's then RMC in my opinion. It just depends on Hyacine. I think Hoyoverse might have purposely done this. You know, this is like putting my thinking cap on, however, not really, since they're known for shit like this. But like, My Day is right before Castrus's banner in 3.1. And until we get to 3.2, we won't know anything about Hyacine's performance with Castrus and Sunday. So, I think they might bait some people into pulling My Day as a best in slot, just to end up finding out that Hyacine makes Sunday a best in slot, because now you always have 100% HP on the team. However, I'm not really sure. And another thing I want to say is, a lot of people's argument against Sunday not working and My Day being better is My Day has more HP. But because Sunday has less HP, this means overheal would be significantly better with Sunday on your team compared to My Day. And Casterus benefits a lot from overheal. So, you can see where I'm getting at, right? If Hyacine heals often enough and largely enough, then Sunday would be best in slot 100%. It just depends on Hyacine. Yeah, that too. Like, if you use My Day, you're technically getting more turns and more damage from another unit. But if you use Sunday, you're obviously giving Castrus more damage and like double the turns as well. So it basically evens out kind of in that way. But I do think like when Hyacine comes out and Overheal becomes a really big thing, it would probably be better to just straight up have Hyacine plus Sunday. Because now Castrus, every turn she takes, she can use like her skill that drains all allies' HP by 40% without issue. Like, she can now use this every single turn without having to worry like, oh, my Sunday's too fast. Now I'm action advancing my Castrus and my whole team has like under 40% of their HP. So like, Castrus is barely getting anything out of her skill, right? The argument isn't My Day versus Sunday. It's Sunday versus Triby and RMC. No, My Day is an argument. There's been a Twitter post lately that someone had 33% more overall damage in a team comp with My Day plus Castris compared to Triby plus RMC. But they didn't specify the investment, because the more investment you put in My Day and Castris, the better their dual carry becomes. So at lower investment, like, this could just not be the case. Or they could have tested it against single target, right? My Day does way better in single target compared to Castris, who is completely AoE. So if you put Castris in a single target scenario, she's doing a fifth of her damage, and My Day is still doing like over half of his, right? So it's really weird. But if you're asking for, like, Triby is not as important. I want to say this right now. Triby is the number one most overrated support for casters currently. She is 100% good, but I am pretty confident RMC is better. And Triby does not become like a 100% best in slot unless you have her E1. Because since Castris is complete AoE, she is the only, or one of the only characters in the game who can take full advantage of Triby's E1, since she's full AoE with the dragon attack. But without E1, I'm pretty sure RMC is better, and then it's between Triby and Sunday. Like, I've seen multiple videos now, RMC plus Sunday and RMC plus Triby both perform very similarly. And in my opinion, this gives Sunday actually better value, because Sunday can't even be used with Castris optimally yet, right? Because he simply action advances too fast. So when Hyacine comes out, very likely that he will be better. Yeah, there's a lot of people trying to like force Castris into being a sub DPS with My Day, but like, not only is it situational, but it's also like, it doesn't make that much sense. Like, it's 100% viable, right? I'm not saying it's not, but the people trying to argue that My Day's a best in slot, it's just not true. There's even videos out there where dual sustain beats like with My Day. So dual sustain with, like, let's say Lingshaw plus Gallagher beats My Day plus Castris with one sustain. So this is as well. I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm not going to lie. I think I'm very happy with where Castris is currently, right? She will probably get buffed because currently she's not really that strong, right? But I think with how universal her supports are currently and how many different ways you can play her, she is genuinely one of the best DPS pickups in the game. You can run her with another DPS being My Day. You can run her in dual sustain, or you can run her in hyper carry and get similar performance in like every single different scenario, which I think has a lot of value in of itself. So if we ever get like a new, more broken healing sustain in the future, that's an upgrade to Castris. If we get another more broken HP scaling DPS in the future, that's also an upgrade to Castris. Any better future true damage supports, or maybe remembrance support that could work with Castris, that would also go in there, right? She's very universal when it comes to like these upcoming characters, which I very much appreciate. I mean, I don't think they went out of their way, nobody. Like, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Sunday's 20% energy is, like, completely fucking useless, man. Especially when it comes to casters. Like, one Gallagher skill, one turn from Gallagher skilling is, like, 15% charge for Castris' ult. Like, the second Hyacine comes out, and we get way stronger healer and faster healer, like if you really think about it, Sunday's 20% energy buff would almost be useless anyways. Like I really don't think it matters all that much. Well, yeah, she's only overly punishing because there isn't a sustain in the game that can sustain her well. That's the only reason why it's like that. Like, that's the only reason she's so-called punishing. A lot of characters appreciate energy regen. Yeah, but I'm saying for Castris it barely matters. I'm not saying his ult is useless. I'm saying it's useless for Castris in specific almost. Also, something that I just thought about that you guys should keep in mind as well, right? Because Castris works so well with dual sustain, you could possibly use Sunday to action advance Hyacine and get more overheal quicker, leading to faster ult generation for Castris. So you can use Sunday in one of two ways for Castris as well. You can action advance a healer, or you can action advance her and her Memo Sprite. Or you could do both, right? You could do both. Because I'm pretty sure Sunday's buffs last 2 turns. Yeah, enemy, exactly. Like Hersher of Sentience did something similar with a Linkshot plus Castris team where he kept action advancing Linkshot. So you can imagine that that would only become even more broken when we get Hyacine. Most buff that Castris gets from Sunday is relevant. Yep. Almost everything is. The only thing that's not relevant is the energy from the ult. Everything else is pretty big for her. Summon damage bonus to her, 20% crit rate passive, which makes building crit damage and HP relics significantly easier. E1, I mean, that's like a 34% overall damage increase if you get Sunday E1 as well. Like, every part of his kit is absolutely perfect for her. Because he doesn't give any useless attack buffs like how Sparkle and Bronya do. There we go. Finally done with that. A little more jades. This shit. I haven't seen anyone use that team comp other than HOS. I mean, they might not have used the Sunday plus Slingshot one, but there's like 1 or 2 videos on YouTube using dual sustain, and they like did double 1 cycle. Sorry, double 1 cycle with Castris with dual sustain. So either way, it's pretty similar. HOS just, you know, he goes for 0 cycles. A lot of these leakers don't know what exactly they have to do to get a 0 cycle. There's also Sunday's S1 with his free SP economy, which Cast already has. The thing you're not considering is Hyacine. Because it is very highly likely Hyacine will probably want to spam her skill every single turn. And she's on at minimum 180 speed on your team. And then, you know. So yes, Castris is SP positive, but it's completely possible that Hyacine makes the skill points on that team significantly more drained up. It's basically like no different to Lingshaw on a break team. Like usually you're completely fine with Lingshaw on a break team even without like an E1 Firefly if you're not spamming her skill every turn. But once you start spamming her skill every turn, you 100% want Firefly's E1. It's kind of probably going to be something like that. Plus, I also think that the new Remembrance Lycone in the shop isn't meant for RMC or any DPSs currently. I think it's meant for Hyacine probably because it increases speed by 12%. And I think it gives like a damage boost to allies or something. I think I have it. Oh no, I don't have it. Well, can I get it? Oh, I can now. Okay, yeah. So increases the wearer's speed by 12% when S5, and the wearer when the wearer uses skill, increase the damage dealt by all allies by I don't know how much percent each turn. So it's 16%. So yeah, this is probably made for Hyacine as a free to play option in my opinion. And then her signature will probably have like as well this speed increase with maybe a max HP increase and then as well a damage increase. Like to sell her signature, probably something like that. Surely I get an early Triby. Surely I get an early Triby. Please, please, please. All I want is an early Triby. Please, please. No, no. Oh, please. Most healers limited 5-star light cones have energy regen. Yeah, but I don't think she would have energy regen, is what I'm saying. Because she's a completely different healer to all the other sustains in the game, which benefit a lot from energy regen. I mean, maybe she does. Maybe she does have a normal energy ult that is like way better than just having like speed plus max HP increase and other shit, but I don't think that would really be the case. Like, we're talking about a sustain that is likely going to be hyper specific to any HP scaling DPSs. Them getting some ER is probably not going to be the most, like, prominent thing. Like, for example, like, my day, sure, he has an ult, but, like, his ult barely fucking matters. Blade as well has an ult, but, like, honestly, even Blade as well doesn't really benefit from his ult that much compared to his follow up. So it's like, I don't think they'd probably put ER on an HP scaling the sustains thing. No one knows anything about Hyacine having a global passive. The thing is, Iqbal, E1 Triby is like the most universal and best value harmony in the entirety of the game. So while it is sad, I mean, to be fair, I don't know why you were pulling on Triby's banner if you wanted to guarantee Castris, but you already got it. She's probably going to be good in basically any future DPS's team. Like, good with Castris, good with Maide, good with Herda, good with Aglaya, probably going to be good with Phanon, probably going to be good with the future Dot. Like, she's basically good with absolutely everything. Yeah, Solus, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if they'll actually make her do damage anymore. My old theory was strongest heals in the game and like Ling Sha damage without requiring break. But like now that we have her planar and we kind of know what Castris needs in her kit, like I could see her doing damage, right? Because Castris does have that thing in her kit where like she reduces enemies res by like 20%. And so you run Triby who does damage, you then run Hyacine who does damage, and then maybe some other future support who also does damage. Like all at the exact same time. But I think now it would make a much bigger difference if they like somehow increased max HP or they like did drain to the entire team and then healed back that drain plus more. That would be the most broken and shield mechanic for casters possible. Yeah, like 100% Hyacine herself isn't going to be the one doing damage. If anyone does damage on that team, it would be the Memo Sprite. However, this is just like a slight hunch I have. Like, I feel like the Memo Sprite might not attack enemies. I'm not sure. Like, I feel like the Memo Sprite would actually just heal your team since her planar set gives the Memo Sprite's outgoing healing increase. Meaning, I don't really see a Memo Sprite having outgoing healing and at the same time hitting mobs. Like, I don't know how that would exact. Oh, wait. Hear me out. Hear me out. The Memo Sprite does damage to mobs and saps HP from the damage it did and returns it to your team. Hear me out. That would be crazy. That would be pretty disgusting if it did that. If it could sap enemy HP after hitting them and then give it to your teammates, that would be pretty fucking. Nah, I need that. Like better Fuyuan cooking? Yeah. Like I just thought of it that like that would genuinely make sense. That might be too broken though. Now it isn't really broken for like anyone else that isn't an HP scaler, but for the HP scalers that would be incredibly broken, especially if the damage is high enough. We'll end up seeing, guys. We'll end up seeing. We are, decently far away, but hey, I'm pretty excited for Hyacine, man. I want to see how exactly the first 3.x limited sustain performs and what she exactly offers for casters. Now, I'll probably be a lot less excited if I lose the 50-50 for casters on Rob, but, it is what it is, right? Oh, wait, I think I have a normal, yeah, nothing. I was hoping for something there. Actually, what's my pity on the banner? It's not much, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, very, very low. I believe it's at like 10. E0 Triby versus E1 Ruan Mei. Triby probably wins because of her own damage and having a higher max HP over Ruan Mei. Not to mention Ruan Mei, I'm pretty sure delays enemy action. And she gives a speed buff, no? Ruan Mei also gives a speed buff to the team, or is that just like in battle? Get 70 wishes in 3 days? It's literally impossible. Unfortunate, I lost the 50-50 on this account. I mean, the thing is, Blad, like as I was saying earlier in the stream, you could run dual sustain with Castris. It's genuinely like a good team. Like if you go on YouTube, there's a few E0S1 Castris showcases with like Linkshot plus Gallagher, and they hit one cycles consistently. So I assume it would become a lot stronger when you also include Hyacine in there. So you could use like Linkshot plus Hyacine. Although I will say if you have a Triby in specific, it would probably be better in this case scenario to use Gallagher over Linkshot. Because Triby with the follow-ups and everything and doing damage triggers Besotted a lot more often than any other support. Yeah, triple sustain team is also possible if, like, let's say Hyacine gives buffs, right? Like, if Hyacine gives everyone on your team a max HP buff, and let's say she heals based off of your teammate's max HP instead of, like, a specific number, then this would make triple sustain a lot more doable. Because then it's like she basically gives a harmony equivalent buff to Castris. Do you listen to leaker ratings? They gave Hyacine and B and Cypher a C. Not too much. Not too much. They aren't completely wrong because before they gave Aglaya a B, Herda an A plus, and they gave Castris an S plus. So I think I'll listen to. I'll decide whether or not I listen to it depending on where Castris ends up being after V5. Because current V1 Castris is weaker than Aglaya and Herda. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was supposed to be this S plus game changing DPS drop, but currently she's like not even like top 2. Might not even be top 3. I don't think Sunday had a rank. They started doing these meta ratings at like once 3.x hit. I mean, the thing is, Cypher is additional damage similar to Triby. So this means someone on your team has to do something to actually make Cypher act. And she's a Nihility character. So, this goes one of two ways, right? Either she ends up being best in slot down the line with Heislands, or this could possibly be the second dot unit that Acheron, or sorry, the second Nihility unit that Acheron has been wanting for a long time, right? That's one of the two ways it goes down. However, this would be pretty funny for E2 Acheron owners, because then, like, if Cypher and Jiaoqiu are both best in slots, E2 Acheron kind of goes to the shithole unless you run sustainless. Because it would probably be better to run those two Nihilities than it would to, you know, add like Robin or something. Always has been. E2 Acheron is a scam. It does do something other than the thing, right? When this unit's turn starts, gains 1 point of slash dream and inflicts 1 stack of crimson knot on the enemy. Okay, so yeah. So E2 still wouldn't be completely useless, but for sustainless runs it also wouldn't be completely useless. But for anyone running with sustain, yeah, it would probably be like Zhao Q plus Cypher if they wanted to make Cypher like pair up with Acheron well instead of a Harmony. Yeah, that's honestly really good. That is really really good. The fact that she gains a stack every turn she takes at E2. I didn't even know about that. I didn't even know that was a thing. I was actually watching a video yesterday on an Acheron showcase, and I saw her gaining a stack every turn she took, and I was like confused. I was like, has this always been in her kit? Like, is this something that Sunday does or something? But I just learned that that's on her E2. Still a scam? I mean, sure, but I don't think it's bad, right? In the first place, if we're all being honest, most people's E2 Acherons are zero cycling old content this game has to offer, right? Like, E2 Acheron is just very, very strong, so I don't think it's that much of an issue for most people, and most Acheron lovers wouldn't really have a problem getting rid of a Harmony for, like, Cypher in there or something, right? But we'll have to see what Cypher does. I am curious how exactly she'll end up performing because additional damage is just weird, man. Like, it would make sense if she was, like, close to Heisland's release or Heisland's was already in the game. But, like, who is actually going to be able to take advantage of Cypher is my question. Like, I don't really understand that. Like, maybe every time you inflict dot, like, maybe that makes her take a turn. But the leakers also said that Cypher is supposed to be a crit nihility DPS and not a dot one. So it's like, I don't know. What about Cyrene? She is way, way too far into 3.x to know anything about her. Cyrene is supposed to be like the last limited character of Amphorius and 3.x. Don't know much about that at all. Hyacine with Eagle? Yeah, Solus. Yup. You see the vision. You see the vision. The second I hit Trailblaze level 65 on Rob, I am instantly going into that Eagle domain. Instantly. Eagle plus her planar set. That's actually like a big reason why I made that community post on me possibly going for Castress on my main account is because I've been farming Eagle for like the last month. So I have a lot of decent high speed Eagle pieces on my account. This one is 10 speed. This one's only 4, but I'm pretty sure I have like other ones. Let me see. Like I have 2 I know at minimum like high speed rolls. Eagle, and then subsidiary stats speed. Oh no, I don't have that many. I swear I had one that was 8. Yeah, there it is. There it is. So I have an 8 speed piece here with HP stats, which is literally the best case scenario for Hyacine. And then I as well have this 10 speed piece too. I was possibly thinking that if it was possible with Hyacine's signature to not need speed boots to hit the 180 speed threshold, I was going to hold on to this as HP boots and hope for a few speed rolls in here as well. So, like, this is why I was considering Castress on my main account, guys. I'm 40... No, I'm 50 pity, sorry. I'm 50 pity into the Lycomb banner, and I have a guarantee. So I would guaranteed be able to get E0S1 Castress unless I lost the 75-25 on the Lycomb banner. Not to mention that this account has Ling Sha and Gallagher E6, so I could use that dual sustain team that honestly works pretty well currently until Hyacine releases. And then I get Sunday on a rerun or something. no speed boots is diabolical. I mean, it might be possible. Because now that we have light cones that can increase your speed percent, and if Hyacine has high enough of a base speed, which I do think she'll have speed in her traces, since you obviously want to have her at 180 speed for her planar, I think it could 100% be possible where this goes one of two ways, right? Either you could possibly run a 200 plus speed Hyacine, or you could even run like a 180 speed Hyacine without speed boots. Leak said Sunday is not rerunning with Castris. Yeah, that makes sense. It's a higher likelihood that Sunday would rerun next to Hyacine because Hyacine will likely make him significantly more viable in a Castris comp. So I think that's what they'll probably do, is rerun Sunday on 3.3. Because like currently Sunday isn't a best in slot with Castris, right? But the second you have a sustain strong enough to always keep your teammates on high health, it becomes a different case scenario. Pulling for Castris' Lycone is what's going to make me worry. I mean, even the thing is, right? This doesn't apply to you guys, right? This is more so my personal thing. But because I bought the last battle pass on my main account, I do have that remembrance Lycone, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, here it is. So this remembrance Lycone is only, and I say only, you know, kind of funnily here for a reason, but it's only like 20 to 25% worse than her signature. Right? Now, if you don't have this light cone, it turns into like a 40 to 50% damage difference. So, for if I do lose the light cone for Castris, I'm probably just going to use this and I'll be fine. But a lot of people out there who can't buy the battle pass, right? You guys are kind of fucked. I'm going to be completely honest. You guys are kind of fucked. At S1 or S5, S1. S1, it's like a 25% damage difference. S5, I think it's like 20 or even like lower. But when you take the Battle Pass Lycone out of the equation, it's much larger. No, you're not missing double the damage. Double would be like a 100% increase. But you are missing 50% damage, yeah. So if you're doing 500k with a dragon enhanced skill with without the signature and you're not using the battle pass Lycone, then you use the signature and you're doing like 700 something k instead. I'm not worried about the LC because I already saved up like 70 pulls and I'm guaranteed to get casters, not to mention 45 penny. Nice, Solus. If it's half the damage of the signature, that's double. No. What? Oh, if you mean the signature compared to the light cone, yes. But overall casterist damage difference, no. It's not double. Mr. Persistent said you're missing double the damage. Not that the light cone is double as good. So I assumed he was talking about Caster's damage output. I have never pulled for a signature Lycone. That's honestly better. Anyone who's been watching me since I've been using this account, I didn't pull Lycone banners for so long to the point that, like, Okay, so when was the last time I pulled for a signature? Herda. Yeah, Herda. So before I pulled for Herda's Lycone, this pity thing was blank. It was completely blank because I was deathly afraid of pulling for a Lycone. Because before I pulled for Herda's and I got hers in one pull, I lost two 75-25s at pity twice in a row. Like, the Lycone banner is so fucking scary sometimes, man. It hurts so much more to lose a 75-25 than a 50-50. You skipping my day too? Hell yeah. What the fuck? Does it look like I can afford my day? Hell no. My day literally has the exact same issue as Casterus when it comes to Lycone and Eidolons. That man's Lycone, keep in mind, my day does have a free-to-play option with the Rappa Lycone, but his signature is still like 30 to 40% better. Like, it's so fucking bad with these HP scalers, man. Almost every My Day showcase out there has him with his S1 at default, which I don't like. And Castris is kind of the same situation currently. It's either people are using Battle Pass Lycone or they're using the signature Lycone. Like, I haven't seen a single caster showcase without the Battle Pass Lycone. Yeah, that as well, Chad. Yeah. Yeah, Phanon as well. Yeah. Like, I would never feel comfortable pulling for my day because the number one dude that I'm excited to get is Phanon. Like, the second I saw him, the second I heard he had a day and night cycle, and when I'm not going to spoil for you guys, however, there has been a leak of, an art of Phanon in the future. So he looks absolutely badass in that, and he's 100%. Like, I want to pull him on at least one of my accounts, if not both. Right? If I get lucky enough, I genuinely wouldn't mind pulling him on both. I still think Casters is a scam that'll only be good against one boss. I mean, the thing is, that just isn't the case, though. Like, you can believe that, but, like, it isn't the case. There's multiple showcases on different bosses at E0S1 with, like, other supports, and she still does 1 to 2 cycles. Like, consistently. That S plus rating for leakers was crazy. You have to wait until the versions go through. Because Herda was given an A plus and Aglaya a B, and until V3 hit, Herda was noticeably weaker than Aglaya. Like, noticeably. She was better than Aglaya in Pure Fiction, but Apoc and MOC, Aglaya was, like, completely beating Herda. And it wasn't until V3 hit that Herda genuinely redeemed herself. So, I'm not going to give casters too much slack because this happened to Herda, right? So I do think it can easily happen to Castris as well. She gets massively buffed in V3, then in V4 and V5, like they usually do, maybe even buff her Eidolons and Lycone even further. Because they did this with My Day, they did this with Herda, and I don't remember if they did this with Aglaya or not. I think they did. I think they moved Aglaya's E2 to her E1, which is not the one that regenerates energy and increases her damage. So characters always get massive buffs throughout the versions. Yeah, Doom posting is usually pointless. However, I will say currently the A-noxa Doom posting, it is completely fair. All right, Castris, she still works in basically all endgame, and she can pretty much deal with most bosses in this game. However, she 100% struggles against single target bosses. Right? I'm not gonna pretend she doesn't. However, the thing is, against single target bosses with Castris, what you do is you explode the dragon every turn. You probably run double sustain and you explode the dragon every turn because that's where you get most of her single target damage off when she's in a single target scenario, right? But A-noxa is straight up ass all around, right? This is when doom posting is fine. When a character is genuinely so ass that they're basically unsavable no matter what mode or what they're doing, it is pretty depressing, right? So A-noxa's doom posting currently is completely fair. Castris's, I would say, not really, right? She could maybe use some buffs. However, I genuinely think like she's not that bad if she were to release in her current state. Oh yeah, Azo. I remember that. I was there. I wasn't playing the game consistently back then, but I was there when like people were kind of talking about Acheron leaks. Now back then, I wasn't that much into leaks, right? Like I'd hear about it here and there. I might get recommended a video, but I was never into it like I am now. And back then, people were coping that like Dill and Jing Liu were still on that Acheron level, right? They were all coping like, oh, my Dill plus Sparkle absolutely slams Acheron. I don't need a pull for that woman in the slightest, right? And yeah, you know, it always goes like that. You know what I'm saying? Fei Xiao still the queen of single target? Yeah. Especially with that E2, but even without E2, yeah. This is the thing. I'm fine with my Fei Xiao being ass in AoE content currently. Because if we ever go back to single target in the future, she'll probably completely carry me through endgame. So, like, I'm completely fine with the AoE content not favoring my Fei Xiao currently. I have a wide variety of units on my account, so it's honestly fine. I have like 3 AoE teams. I have only one single target team, really, which is my Fei Xiao, to be honest. Yeah, Acheron is almost a year old, guys. Once Castris drops and it's the anniversary, like Acheron will be 1 year old. So honestly, Acheron and Jing Yuan are the two best aging DPSs in this game, and they're both lightning. So maybe Hoyo has a favorability towards lightning characters. Who knows, right? But those are kind of the two best aging characters in this game. Oh yeah, I do have Seal, I forgot. But I mean uh I honestly think I just shouldn't count Seal if I'm being honest. like meh. Water is better than milk? No. Caster's power creeps even in design? Yeah. Have you guys seen my video on them adding gacha animations now for Casters? Like, I knew there was going to be a animation power creep, right? I think everybody was aware, but I don't think anyone thought it would be to this degree. To the point where, like, she's literally the first character in the game to get gacha animations. Like, she has the best animations for entering battle with her technique, the best animations, period, for just attacking an ult. And now she's going to be the first character to have a wishing animation. And apparently A-noxa should have one as well. So this should be something like something they do going forward. But apparently they're like not completely sure on A-noxa yet because they can't confirm it. However, Castros is 100% confirmed. You pull her and the yellow becomes purple? I'm not sure what you're talking about. It would be similar to Woowa. Yeah, it'll be a video. Like in Woowa, when you pull a character, there's like a 5 to 10 second usually like animation of the character popping up on your screen with like random effects and whatever the character is doing. And basically the same thing. Which I honestly love that. Like, I genuinely think it's a lot better than just seeing the symbol of a character early. It makes it a lot funnier when you lose 50/50s to, like, an animation or something, compared to just, like, seeing the symbol or a picture of a character. And it also makes it cooler if you pull that character you wanted. I love watching Verina's vines on screen. Man, it's so troll. If Archer the 4-star doesn't power creep Aventurine. I don't think Archer would be preservation. Faye's really good against Aventurine? Yeah, that's who I used in Apoc. Alright, guys. I know it was a short stream. And as always, I forgot to put short stream in the title. Even though I meant to do it earlier, I always forget. But it is a short stream. It is what it is, right? We are getting some decent leaks currently. So if enough leaks come out within the next few days, I will make another video talking about like all the combination of leaks real quick. And that's basically it, right? There isn't much to talk about. I doubt they'll change much in V2 other than getting rid of Castros's infinite ult spam. And that should probably be it. However, I will 100% make a video when their V3s come out. So I love you all. Hope you have a good day. Hope you have a good night.